You don't need to have your whole life figured out, but you do need to know who you're becoming. Because if you don't choose, the old version of you will keep choosing for you. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck, especially after 40. You've lived a lot of life. You've carried responsibility. You've done what you were supposed to do and became who people needed you to be. Maybe it was the strong one, the one who keeps going no matter what, and the one who always somehow figures it out. And for a while, those roles may have worked. They may have helped you. They may have helped you survive or keep things together, or helped you get through seasons where falling apart wasn't an option. And here's the thing, just because a role helped you survive or get by somehow doesn't mean it gets to run your life or lead the rest of your life. And that's where clarity comes in. Clarity isn't having a perfect 5-year plan. It isn't knowing every detail or waking up with one day and you've got no fear and a perfect vision. Sometimes clarity is much simpler than that. It's knowing, I don't want to keep living like this. Or that rule is costing me too much. It's knowing I'm tired of making choices from guilt and fear, pressure, or shame, and knowing why you have those in the first place. It's knowing I'm becoming someone more honest, more peaceful, more courageous, more steady. That's clarity. And it matters because without clarity, old habits make decisions for you. They feel familiar, so you'll naturally gravitate to what feels familiar and what seems safe. The belief that says, I'm not enough, will make you overgive. The belief that says, my voice doesn't matter, will keep you quiet. And the belief that says, I'm only valuable when I'm useful, will keep you exhausted. The belief that says, I can't disappoint people, will make you abandon yourself and call it love. And I'm saying that with compassion because I know what it's like to live from old beliefs and not even realize they're leading, that they're still repeating the same pattern. You think you're just being responsible. You think you're just being helpful. You're just being strong and being a good person. And underneath it, sometimes there's fear. Fear of being rejected or misunderstood. Fear of being called selfish. Fear of losing people. Fear of not being enough if you stop doing everything for everyone. So clarity starts with this question. Who am I becoming now? Not who did I have to be, not who did everyone expect me to be, or who did I become to survive. Who am I becoming now? That question is simple, but it's not always easy to answer, because to answer it honestly, you may have to grieve who you were never allowed to be. You may have to admit that some of the roles you carried were too heavy. You may have to stop calling burnout faithfulness. And you may have to stop calling people-pleasing kindness. And you may have to stop calling silence peace. You may have to stop calling survival your personality. And that can feel uncomfortable. But it can also be freeing, because once you know who you're becoming, you can start asking a better question. Does this choice match who I'm becoming? That one question can interrupt a lot. Before you say yes, ask, does this match who I'm becoming? Before you over-explain, ask, does this match who I'm becoming? Before you react, does this match who I'm becoming? And that's how clarity becomes practical. It's not just a nice thought, it becomes a filter, a guide of sorts, a pause, a way to stop letting the old identity run the day. One thing I do with clients is ask them to choose 3 words that describe who they're becoming. Not fake words or words that sound impressive, words that feel true, even if they're not fully practiced yet. Maybe your words are calm, honest, steady. Maybe they're courageous, peaceful, clear. Maybe they're faithful, strong, free. The words don't have to impress anyone. They just need to help you remember who you're practicing becoming. And then you can ask yourself, why does this word matter to me? Where do I already see this in myself? We often dismiss our values because we feel guilt for not showing up perfectly. And where do I need to practice this more? What old identity does this word challenge? That last question matters. If your word is honest, it may challenge the peacekeeper. If your word is steady, it may challenge the reactive version of you. If your word is free, it may challenge the part of you that still thinks you need permission. If your word is clear, it may challenge the part of you that's used to waiting for everyone else to decide what you're allowed to want. This is how identity starts to change. Not by pretending, by practicing. Another part of clarity is how you want to treat others. Because when we talk about rebuilding identity, it's not just about me. It's also about how you show up. Do you want to be more patient, more honest, more direct, more peaceful, have more boundaries, be more present, more kind? And here's the part people miss. You can treat people well without abandoning yourself. You can be kind and still be clear. You can be loving and still have boundaries. You can be peaceful and still tell the truth. You can forgive and still stop giving people access to destroy your peace. That's clarity too. There's clarity around what helps you succeed. Some people think success only comes from pushing, but for many, success comes from structure, from prayer, from rest, from courage, from asking for help, from telling the truth sooner, and not waiting until everything is falling apart. So ask yourself, what helps me succeed when I'm at my best? Is it focus, consistency, faith? Maybe it's structure, more honesty, support. Sometimes we have a hard time asking for help. And then ask, am I actually practicing that? Not have I perfected it, am I practicing it? Because sometimes we know what helps us, but we don't protect it. We know sleep helps, but we stay up scrolling. We know prayer helps, but we rush past it because we have so many other things to do. We know structure helps, but we keep winging it because it's what we've done for so long. We know that boundaries help, but we keep saying yes because we don't want to offend when really we don't want to feel uncomfortable. Clarity isn't just knowing, it's choosing to live aligned with what you know. And then underneath all of this, there's the bigger question: what am I rebuilding for? Because when change gets uncomfortable, you need to remember why it matters. Maybe you're rebuilding for peace, maybe for your children or your health, maybe for your faith or your future, maybe because you don't want to keep passing down the same patterns, and maybe because you want to look in the mirror and trust yourself again. Whatever it is, name it, because when the old identity tries to pull you back, and it will, your why helps you keep going. This week, I want you to choose 3 words. 3 words for who you're becoming. Write them somewhere. You'll see them where you'll, on a mirror maybe, on a sticky note. And every morning, ask yourself, which word do I need to practice today? How do I want to show up today? What choice would match who I'm becoming? That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to have the whole map. You just need enough clarity to take the next honest step. If this helped you, start with a 5-day identity rebuild. It's a free resource that helps you see the pattern, name the belief, and begin choosing from the person you're becoming. And if you want to go deeper, join the Rebuild Your Identity Masterclass coming up June 13th, because you can't build a new life from an old identity. And you don't have to keep letting the old version of you make all the decisions.